everyone, and welcome to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin'.
And I'll tell you what, I never thought I would say this, but we are in Swiss Town, Wisconsin, USA.
You got it, buddy. We're going to have a good time today. There's no doubt about it.
New Glarus, Wisconsin. We're having a great time. Behind us, you'll see beer, cheese, and bacon.
Yes.
I didn't say it in the right order, but it's pretty close.
That's right.
So stay tuned for a great show on bacon, beer, and cheese.
Aha, there you go.
Cheese, bacon, beer.
Hey, anyway,
bacon.
It's going to be a good time.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is brought to you by Modern Home Products, the makers of MHP, Phoenix, and Profire Grills. All Natural Golden Plump Chicken, Cherry Delight, Brew Pub Pizza, Wisconsin Potatoes, Forgotten Fire Winery, Alcam Creamery, Sundrop Soda, Merck's Cheese Spread, Glorious Malone's Fine Sausage, and by Crisp Kraut Sauerkraut.
Mad Dog and Merrill here.
The hosts of Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin'.
Number one.
It says it all. Sweet, thick, and rich.
Hickory.
Smokehouse flavor.
Spicy.
Habanero mash with sweet heat.
Garlic.
Just for you garlic lovers.
The works.
Sunripe tomato, sauerkraut, onion, and a hint of mustard.
It's all in there.
The works, all in one condiment.
Grillin' Magic, Rema Hazel, and our seasonal.
To season all, look for the two good-looking guys on the label.
Ask your grocer for Mad Dog and Merrill products.
Available at a store near you. Hey folks, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. We are in New Glarus, Wisconsin.
Oh, yes.
Swiss Town, USA. SwissTown.com, USA, for events, attractions, the great Swiss culture that exists here from the 1800s, and they want to hold that culture. We are at a wonderful polka fest, but it's really a beer, cheese, and bacon fest. And let's get right started with doing some outdoor
grilling.
grilling.
Got a lot of stuff going, man.
What a great little city.
Oh, this is great. It's beautiful town.
When you come to Wisconsin, if you're in Wisconsin, you got to come to New Glarus. They got festivals happening all the time. SwissTown.com is a great website that you had. Because we're in Wisconsin and we like to support buying local, supporting local, we do have some Wisconsin potatoes. These are the nice salad potatoes.
Yep.
Those are delicious to do on the grill. Those are Wisconsin potatoes. So buy local, support local. If you're in Wisconsin, if you have the chance to get Wisconsin potatoes, get them, please. We dig them.
Oh, definitely. You gotta do
them.
it. You gotta do it.
So I took some nice russets potatoes, and these are pre-cooked. You can tell they're a little bit wrinkly because I par-cooked them in the oven.
I'm used to wrinkles at my age.
Well, you certainly are, aren't you?
So are you.
Your head looks like one big top potato, believe me. I'm gonna start
Yours looks like the bottom.
I'm gonna start calling you Bill Russell. Russell.
Just don't call me Joan Russell. All right, go ahead.
The bottom.
All right.
We are at Bacon Fest, Cheese, and Beer Fest. So I'm taking that potato, I'm cutting it into quarters. I'm taking some wonderful bacon.
Ooh, gonna be good.
This bacon is from Hosley's Meat Market here in town, and they've got some wonderful sausages that we're using here today. But we're simply gonna take the potato wedge, wrap it in bacon, and that's our prep for that. That's one good way to start. Now also in town at Hosley's, they've got some wonderful bratwurst. These are pre-cooked brats, and these are the bacon bratwurst because we're at Bacon Fest. So these are bacon bratwurst. So I thought, what better way to top off a bacon bratwurst but with bacon? So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take the bacon, and we're gonna simply skewer and simply wrap that bacon around the bacon bratwurst, and we're gonna do a double baked bacon bratwurst along with our bacon wrapped potato wedges. But let's stop a moment. Let's talk a little bit about cedar planking.
Gotcha.
You know, we've done a lot of cedar planking here on the show, and we don't get much of a chance to talk about it. Go to a lumber yard, get untreated cedar, cut it into the sections that you want, or that the grocery or the regular barbecue stores have cedar planks.
They do.
They have hickory, they got oak, they got things like that, and they're good. But this is the most economical way. For a nice piece of lumber, this was a piece of fencing, untreated cedar, that was $2.50. So I got a lot of planking to do off from that. So last night I took 2 sections of planking. We're gonna use the little mini green egg here, the little mini max green egg, and I got a nice hotter heat on top of there. And we're simply gonna, I've soaked these planks in water overnight, and we're gonna take our potato wedges, and we're gonna place some nice potato wedges on the cedar planking.
I love it.
And I'm gonna place those wet planks right from the water onto our little mini max grill. And then we're gonna do the same thing with our bacon wrapped bacon bratwurst from Hosley's Meat Market in town here. And I think I'll maybe get about 3 or 4 of those on top of there. I don't wanna overload them. So we'll put about 4 on top of there. And I'm gonna place that on top of our little mini max, and we're gonna squeeze the hood down one way or the other.
Make it, you got it.
And I'm gonna cedar plank those for about 30 minutes or so. So at the end of the show, we'll unreel those with a beautiful sauce made of Moon Man, New Glarus beer, and I'm gonna make a roux for the first time in my life. So
I know, it's gonna be interesting, you know?
And a nice gravy.
And when you think of New Glarus, what do you think of? You think of their beer. They got a great brewery here, they really do. One of my favorites is, if you ever had, is the Belgian Red. I remember the first time that I had this, unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Can I say, these
Sure.
are Door County cherries, and in this bottle is over 1 pound of Door County cherries.
Right, yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
In that one bottle, over 1 pound of Door County cherries.
Oh, it's a delightful drink, nice and refreshing, but we're gonna spice it up a little bit and use it with the bratwursts, all right? We got their beer brats. Obviously, I'm gonna use some good Great Lakes trout here. Use their crisp trout.
Great Lake crisp trout, you can't beat it. I'll tell you what, made in the Midwest, and it's made for Swiss Town, USA.
You got it. Obviously, some onions. You gotta have some onions. Place that in there, stir that around. Some peppers, green peppers. Now you got the dried cherries.
Yep, let me give you a hand there. We got lefty going on over
Yeah,
here.
but forgot
We got
about
lefty
that.
going on.
You got it. Place that in there.
So
Now
we got the dried cherries in there, sauerkraut, peppers, and onions so far.
we can add a little bit more kraut. And now the Belgian Red. This stuff's unbelievable.
And a little bit of Elcam Creamery butter. Never been processed, never been pumped. It's the old-fashioned Amish-style butter.
Save some of this
Wonderful
stuff.
Elcam Creamery butter. We'll put a blob of that inside of there. Now on the grill, do you have browned up? Oh, you got browned
I
up
got some
brats.
browns on there. Grab those babies. Place those on there.
So the beer brats are browned. And we're gonna wrap that up in aluminum foil, place it back on the grill. But should we show a done product
Yeah,
today?
what the heck? We can. Go ahead. Oh, man.
Hold on.
That's
I
hot,
got some
that's
paper
hot.
mitts. I got some paper mitts.
Put some gloves here.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Here we are stuck between a rock and a hard spot. Hold on, Mr. Producer Man's gonna get some.
All right. Those are the best
There's the
hot
ones
mitts,
I
ladies and
had.
gentlemen. There you go.
Oh, we got a lot of things to do yet, buddy. A lot of things to do in this segment, ladies and gentlemen. So there's those wonderful bratwursts. There's the dried cherries. And I'll tell you what, we're gonna get those back on the grill.
man.
I forgot, because our good friends at Door County, Forestville, Wisconsin, Country Ovens, Cherry Delight, they make the best gosh darn cherry mustard there is. So we're gonna put those back on the grill, let those bubble a little bit more too. Now here's the part I rue.
I know. I can't wait to see this. I really can't.
This is going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just think a little bit here. I've got butter from Elcam Creamery, and I'm going to saute up some. Let me slice up a little
Here,
butter.
you do some right there.
So I'm going to take in my hot skillet back here. I'm going to add a little bit of butter, some great Elcam Creamery butter, and that's a nice warm skillet back there. And over here I've got some onions. I'm going to go this way here.
Gonna be
We're
good.
going to
I'm
add
anxious to
some
see how
onions
this
to
is gonna
that
turn
skillet.
out.
And because we're in the Midwest, I actually took some sauerkraut, crisp kraut, and I drained it really well.
All right.
And that's going to be part of our roux also. So we're going to get that browning up really nice, get that melting, get the onions sauteing, and then inside of that roux, I'm going to add some flour in the next segment, a little Moon Man beer, and then we're going to actually do a Swiss almond because we are in Swiss Town. Our good friends at Merck's makes the best Swiss cheese there is.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
We're going to actually take and melt that inside of the roux, inside of the Moon Man, and make a lovely gravy for what we're planking over here. Now, one good segment wouldn't be wouldn't be good enough, and we're going to preach a little bit here. Do you remember these, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, yes, the old pizza brick.
Pizza brick, pizza stone, whatever you folks call it at home. If you don't have a pizza stone, a pizza brick, you got to get one. They go directly on the grates of the grill, and I've actually got one preheating right here, and this has been preheating now for about 15 minutes or so. It's been preheating for 15 minutes, and I'm going to take my knife. I don't want that knife
Boy, you
necessarily.
did pretty good in finding that baby.
Well, that's not the one I want. That's the problem. Okay, so what festival we're at? We're at Bacon, Cheese, and Beer Fest. So bacon, cheeseburger pizzas, lots of matzah, over a pound and a half, over a half a pound of mozzarella and cheese on each one of these pizzas.
Yeah.
So this has the bacon, it's got the cheese, and we've got burger on top of there. We've got the stone preheated, and we're simply going to add to our hot pizza stone Everything's going fine so far.
There you go. You got it now. You got her.
So all we're simply going to do is place that. Oh, boy, that was dangerous. Over the top. And we're going to get the hood down on top of there. But here's what I want to do. I want to get this roux started.
Okay.
What time we got here? We got 1 minute to do the roux.
All right.
I'm going to stand back here.
Okay.
So I've got
clicking here. 30 seconds, sir.
30 seconds. So I've got my butter sauteed with my onions and my sauerkraut. And all I'm simply going to do is take and sprinkle a little bit of flour over the top of that to make our roux. And we're going to stir that in. And we're going to get that nice and thick. And this is a roux to start any good recipe for any sauce. A little more flour over the top of that. Merrill, can you open up my Moon Man?
I knew you were going to ask me for that, sir.
So we're going to keep that stirring. Get the heat turned up on that right now.
I can't get this.
Lord knows I'll get her. We got our wonderful Moon Man beer from New Glarus. And I'm simply going to pour that in my nice hot skillet. And we're going to get the sauce just to go on.
Ooh,
and if you can see
good.
that baby just a thickening up. Isn't that wonderful?
I love it. I love it.
So we're making a Moon Man glaze. And right now I'm going to take and I got the wrong one. Hold on now, folks. We got our Swiss almond, because we're at Swiss Town, USA, and we're going to add Swiss almond cheese spread to that. And we're going to come back, and I'm going to show you how to make the best. I'm going to show you the best sauce in the world. And it all came together, and it looks absolutely delicious.
It does. You got it, man.
So we made a roux. We made the Moon Man beer, and we've got a Swiss almond cheese spread from Merck's. We'll be right back.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is brought to you in part by Brew Pub Pizza and by Golden Plump Chicken.
We're rolling? We're rolling. Okay.
Well, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grill. And I'll tell you what, we are proud to have with us one of the co-owners of New Glarus Brewery,
Yes.
Deb.
Thank you
Deb
for having
Perry,
me.
thank you so much
Yes.
for being with me.
Thanks
It's
for
my
being with
pleasure.
us today.
Thanks for
Yep.
coming.
Oh, my favorite beer.
It really is, and you know what? Whenever anybody ever comes to Wisconsin or thinks about breweries, they think about breweries, but they think about Spotted Cow. You gotta have a Spotted Cow.
The marketing is great. And how did you come up with Spotted Cow?
Well, you know, I'm from Wisconsin.
Obviously.
And so when I was traveling, I thought about the animals that I'd see other places, and it occurred to me that a visitor to Wisconsin might drive down our highways and think, what's up with all these funny spotted cows? And I just thought that was very funny, so I stuck it on a beer label.
When they come to Swiss Town, New Glarus, they can find 15 spotted cows, 15 cows painted.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
So it
many.
fits really well.
Yeah, thank you.
We used your Belgian red. And that gets paired, and pairing's really, really hot.
Yes.
So you would pair that with?
Well, I love Belgian red with absolutely anything chocolate. It's a wonderful dessert or aperitif.
Yep, exactly right. And we used your Spotted Cow, and Spotted Cow?
Well, Spotted Cow is eminently pairable because it's a very approachable beer. But it's particularly good today with some brats, and that's what I would have it.
And speaking of brats, let's just take a little gander over here. We got our, oops,
Oh,
one fell out.
Oh, down,
that's
boy,
the best
down,
looking
down,
one.
down.
Those are the potato wedges. Those are the plank bratwurst that are wrapped in bacon.
Oh,
And don't
man.
those look gorgeous?
They smell even
They really,
better.
they really do. And let's talk a little bit about the brewery. You're located south on 69, just out of town here.
Yeah, we're 2 locations, south and north.
Are you really? You can't get
Yeah.
it straight, can you?
Well, you know,
Then you're on
I
the one
try to
end or
keep
the
people
other.
on their toes.
Good for you. And for
Yeah.
the brewery tours, you go to?
Go to the hilltop at the south end of town, and they happen from 10 till 4. Every day of the week, year-round, and they are free.
And they're self-guided.
Free and self-guided. Guided tours happen on Fridays.
Yep, and you get a sample of 3 flight.
Well, on the guided tours,
You purchase.
yeah, they're $30, and so they go through both breweries. They end with a beer and
see.
cheese tasting and beer.
Well, that's great.
Yeah,
that's
it
a
works
good
out really
deal.
well. They're booked out months in advance.
Yeah, and I got to mention, a lot of places sell our great products. Roy's market
Oh.
here in town,
Yeah.
Roy's market. Roy passed away. He was the
Yes, he was
grandchildren.
a nice guy. Yeah, nice guy. The grandkids are running it now. It's excellent because they have everything you want, but in a very small space. They
Sure.
really take care of us here in New Glarus.
Yeah, I bet they do. Well, your website, dear,
NewGlarusBrewing.com.
and people go to newglarusbrewing.com. learn a lot more about the brewery before you get here, but you got to get to New Glarus. You got to try the beer. And Spotted Cow you can find even in New London, Wisconsin.
Yes, you can.
Right. We're only in Wisconsin.
There you go.
Good
Thanks
for
for
you.
having me, guys.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate it so much.
Right.
We'll be right back.
Man, what a time are we having?
New Glarus, Wisconsin. And I'll tell you what, when you come to New Glarus, Wisconsin, there's a lot of great attractions, a lot of great events, a lot of great happenings. But Hosley's Meats is one of the specialty meats that are in the area. And we're with Dustin right now. Thank you so much, Dustin. Your folks are?
Dennis and Toots.
Dennis and Toots, and it's a family-owned business, and we always say support local, buy local,
right.
And we love the family-owned butcher shops, and you are one of the best.
Thank you.
Yep. And wait, what's the website, by the way?
It's HosleysMeats.com.
HosleysMeats.com, and when you get to New Glarus, you got a great location here. You got to stop in, and let me show something here.
Yeah.
Dustin, these are your bacon bratwurst. These are your bacon brats wrapped in bacon and cedar planked. And I'm going to set those right there.
In front of me.
And not a finer sight can be had. These are some wonderful little Wisconsin potato wedges I did that we did the bacon with also. And if you don't mind, we're going to take and we're going to platter those up right now.
They look
delicious. Right.
Don't they though? Hey, what are some of the things that have changed? You know, when Meryl and I started 35 years ago, we had bratwurst.
Right, exactly.
And we didn't have no choices. And you got how many different types of brats?
We probably have about 30 different varieties of brats between our traditional and our fresh. It's not something that, you know, you can't just make one or two varieties of brats anymore.
Right. What's your, besides the fresh and your regular, what's your biggest seller then?
I would say our local favorite is probably our veal brat.
A veal brat? I'll be darned.
It's veal, just a little bit of, veal, a little bit of pork, crackers, and milk. It's very simple. It's very, we kind of describe it as a bland brat, but it's got, you know, the white pepper brings out a little bit of the heat.
What about another specialty type of brat, would you say?
One of my probably favorite specialty brats is probably our Swiss and mushroom brat, which we have featured here.
Ah, there you go.
Made with local Swiss cheese from Depler's Cheese. We chop up about 25 pounds of cheese. We add about 10% of cheese into that, so it's a good brat.
That's
well, you know what's great about it is, and you got wonderful summer sausage, and you do the summer sausage right at the butcher shop.
Yep.
And this is a jalapeno cheddar. And what we like to do, Dustin, is we'll core out the center, and I brown it up like a big Frankfurter. And then we add a nice thick barbecue sauce, Mad Dog and Meryl's #1 barbecue sauce. And because we're at Bacon Fest, cheese and beer fest, and Polka Fest, New Glarus, and I want to say one more thing here. What's the name of it's called SwissTown.com. So SwissTown.com, that's a great website, by the way, also. And we put bacon bits on top of there, and what a great little hors d'oeuvre, and that's a wonderful little tasty.
Do you do a lot of different specialty meats too?
Do we have our specialty meats? We have varieties of summer sausages and bologna. We make a lot. I can't recall everything off the top of my head, but I mean we have our Swiss, a cervelat, a schublik. So we have plenty of sausages always made in our place every week.
That's great. Yeah. It's like being in heaven.
Well, you know what I said when Meryl and I started, we didn't have pre-cooked brats either. Everything was fresh, and we swore 35 years ago we'd never do anything but fresh.
Oh, yeah.
But as the years go on, the different types of smoked and pre-cooked bratwursts that are on the market are phenomenal, and they make it easy for us.
Right, it takes the air out of it. We're doing all the cooking, everything's pre-cooked. All you have to do is warm it up.
Absolutely. So HosleyMeats.com.
HosleyMeats.com.
And you're located at, what's the address here in town?
It's 219 Industrial Drive.
Here in town. And
here
what
in town.
Good place, great place to go for bacon, sausages, the whole 9 yards, and also meat processing, I might add, in case there's someone locally in the area, you do the best meat processing, I understand.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Hey, we'll be right back to wrap this baby up in just a moment or two. Mad Dog and Meryl from Swiss Town, USA in Wisconsin. Well, I'll tell you what, we've had a great time here, and you know, Dustin said it right. There's all those great websites that we mentioned, but you got to join everybody on Facebook.
Right.
And Hosley's Meats, New Glarus Brewing, Chi-Town. Swiss Town here in New Glarus has a Facebook, and Mad Dog and Meryl. We'll talk to you later, folks.
Happy grilling.
Happy grilling.
Mad Dog and Meryl's Midwest Grillin' is a production of Lashbro Visual Communications.